what we need to talk about right now, and I mean right now, we need to talk about which is worse, to have a receding hairline or to be thinning. I'm going to answer it immediately. It's worse to be thinning. It's worse for your hair to be thinning than for you to have a receding hairline. I want to talk about why that is. Now, obviously, I'm becoming famously a Norwood 3. No, not denial. I own it. It's my identity. Proud to rock the Norwood 3. Okay? But I can still get away with a lot of Norwood 3. I would actually say that Conan O'Brien is a famous Norwood 3. He's got the big puffy hair, but obviously his hair, to me, it's just undeniable he's a Norwood 3. He's been one as long as I've been watching him, which is since high school, 20 years. But there's no thinning with that I see in his hair. And I've got some thinning, and once it gets worse, then I'll just shave it off. I speculate there's a good chance I could even have worse thinning before I even reach Norwood 4, which means I have just an island right here in the bald spot in the back. To me, definitely, if there's something I'm more aware of, that as far as journeying towards shaving off my hair, it's the fact of thinning is worse than receding. Actually, I know a guy, he's like 6.5 years younger than me, 6.5 years younger than me. Same hairline as me, but with zero thinning. In fact, his hair's thick. So granted, he's somewhat limited in his hairstyles, but ultimately, he's got a thick head of hair and he just happens to have a Norwood 3. He could easily be the guy that keeps a Norwood 3 for basically the rest of his life. For me, it's pretty obvious that's not going to be the case. It's a matter of playing with time until, oh, will I be 40? Will I be 43? Will I be 38? You know, because I'm 36 now, 36 and a half next month. So for me, it's pretty obvious. I'm not going to be a Norwood 3 for life. I'm going to be the guy that shaves my head. Cool with that. But absolutely, thinning is worse than a receding hairline. Absolutely. And, you know, and I'm saying that, but ultimately what I really mean by that is Norwood 1, 2, and 3. That's what I'm talking about when I say receding hairline. I know that Robert is going to say, well, actually, Nick, Norwood 3 is not a receding hairline, it's balding. And I accept that. But most people watching this video, I think, associate a Norwood 3 as a receding hairline. Because I always did before I knew this much about hair loss. So I think most of you would agree that if you had a choice to be a Norwood 1, perfect hairline, but to have level Norwood 5 thinning, what good is that when you could be a Norwood 3 and have thick hair? Even if you have a hairline that has the M and goes up and all that, at least you've got thick head of hair. It's kind of useless to have a Norwood 1 or 2 if everyone can see your scalp no matter how long your hair is. So absolutely, thinning, hair thinning is absolutely worse than having a receding hairline. Now again, by the time you get to a Norwood 4, which is the patch right here in the bald spot, and then thinning on top of that, okay, that's kind of like the worst of both worlds at that point. It's beyond a receding hairline and is definitely thinning to the point of clearly more so balding than anything. So if anyone out there is wondering, I have no doubt in my mind, whoa, if you could choose between a receding hairline and just having thinning hair, go with the receding hairline like it's a choice. But I think the main takeaway is this. If you're feeling discouraged because you're noticing a receding hairline, as long as you see no thinning, be grateful for that. Be grateful for that, because nothing will fast forward you closer to balding than thinning will. We can deal with the receding hairline. The thinning's the problem. But again, the worst of both worlds is when you get to Norwood 4, and then it's beyond a receding hairline. You've got a disassembled hairline and thinning on top of that, which is why, again, as a balding advocate, I will be shaving my head at that point. So there's everything you need to know. But in case I left anything out, you know how I am. I love comments. Why? Because I make more videos out of those comments. And then how does that make you feel? It makes you feel special. Oh yeah.